Welcome. Hello, dear ones. I am Eleonora. I am from the channel The Awakening Path. Just 2 days ago, I was celebrating my 3rd anniversary. And still on celebration mode, I have here today Cynthia Hill. She is the most gifted psychic I know in person.
Stop it. Congratulations on your anniversary.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Let me just switch to the Zoom so you can see ourselves better. And if you are kind enough to let us know if you, sorry.
It's okay.
I'm looking at my YouTube here, so if you can tell me if you can hear me. Actually, I know because it's my YouTube, so I know you guys can hear us.
Yes.
Very good.
Yes.
Cynthia, welcome to the Awakening Path.
Thank you.
Can't believe that only the first time. We already know each other for almost 3 years.
It's been 3 years?
Yeah.
It was 2021 that we met, right?
No, I think it was 2022.
Girl, I feel like I've known you forever.
I feel the same. Yeah, I was already channeling automatic writing, and I already had my YouTube channel that I started in November of 2021. That's how I know it was 2022. Let me just tell you guys a little bit how we met.
Yes, it was so like, I think it was divine, but yeah, go.
Well, you can tell us how you, oh my goodness, I am kind of awake now, my psychic abilities is coming, and oh, I'm losing all my friends. And what the prayer you did?
What prayer did I do?
Yeah, to find a friend.
I don't remember.
Okay, I remember. She forgot. She literally prayed for the universe to send like-minded people to her. And
here she came.
Here she came. I was in a park with my kids playing. She was with her kids. And to test the waters, that's how I would ask people, do you know A Course in Miracles? Some people say no. Okay. Do you know Dolores Cannon?
That's what you asked me.
Some people say yes or no. So do you know Abraham Hicks? So you do those 3 questions to see the temperature and how in alignment we were.
Yeah.
And when they ask you, do you know Dolores Cannon?
That was the opening, and then we just
It was light, the lights turned on.
Yeah.
The lights turned on, and I can tell you, I was in a very, very crazy time in my life where I was finding out things that's very crazy that I cannot tell you guys yet. And she was able to validate the information I was getting about myself, and then give me a certification that I was not going crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, but enough talking about me. Let's start. How was your awakening? How you woke up your psychic abilities? But sorry, before you answer, I want to let you guys know that I make this question to all my guests for one reason. Because we always started like a normal person. I don't know what normal is anymore, but like everybody else. And those abilities was dormant, and we just developed later. As I explained in the live videos 2 days ago, all human beings have the ability to be psychic. Because what it means to be psychic? To be psychic means to be able to interact with other dimensions. And we are all multidimensional beings. But we forgot, and we have lots of blockages that cover that truth. what happened when you start tapping in your spirituality, studying, and open up? You remove those blockages, you remove those layers, and then your abilities started coming. Sorry, now you can tell us how always started for you.
I feel like I've always been psychic. Back when I was younger, when my, grandpa died, when my grandma died, I've always been able to see them.
Wow.
But I mean, like in the Hispanic culture, like after someone dies, you have like I forgot where like you have the rosary and like you pray to help the soul go over. I would always feel, I would always feel like seeing my grandma, but like I thought it was normal. I've always been intuitive. So my awakening was in 2020 when I had Sebastian, my son. My awakening was not good. There was just like a lot to it.
Okay. Many people relate to.
There was a lot to it. There was a lot happening. There was like was suffering from like anxiety. There was just a lot, and I am clairvoyant, so I was seeing things. And back then, with Trey and like Creason, like my best friend, my husband Trey, we would I started getting into spirituality, and we would meditate together. And I would, start seeing things, and I would like purposely let me open my third eye, even though it was always open. So I was like seeing things, and I was kind of scared because like in the closet, I would see like little beady eyes, and I was just like, what is this? But that was my awakening. It was just I would have gifts, and I would just be like, what is this? What do I do with it? And that was that. I'm the type of person, if I'm interested in something, I just go into it. Like there's a lot of people that I know that have teachers, like mentors. I didn't have that. I just went into it.
Yes, like self-learning.
No, yeah. So self-learning, I've learned that about myself. I don't like being told what to do. But yeah, one of my like strongest and what I've learned was it's my clairvoyant. I can see in my mind's eye. So when I first started my awakening, I noticed that I can actually see. And Trey, my husband's grandpa, had passed. And I was scared, and I was telling him like, please just don't just show up. That it's gonna scare me. So I learned to set a boundary with spirit, and like, tell them, hey, this is something I'm meant to do. Don't show up. And ever since then, it comes in here. But yeah, there's a lot to my awakening and my gifts and stuff. I didn't know what was happening, but I just went with it.
Oh, that's great. Let me just tell you something. You'll probably sketch that right now. Like, okay, I'm not gonna do the Course in Miracles and suddenly become psychic, start seeing things. I don't want that. Okay, let me tell you something. You are not in this alone.
Yeah.
You have so many guides in the other side, and they do have your best interest of heart.
Yes.
And you has more power than you think. When you open to other dimensions, you can set those boundaries, but you kind of be in a little weak position if you are too much in fear, in blame, in guilt,
shame,
resentment, because those are all the vibration that holds the light from your life. So you will become more vulnerable. So it's really advised that you do some work to rise your vibration, to get rid of the shadows, because all of us have shadows. What are those shadows? Those shadows are traumas that we had when we were a child or even in adult life. Those shadows are generational traumas that are being passed down through generations. And sometimes even from past lives. And that's when Cynthia comes. She is sorry, I will kind of tell you a little bit of
Yeah,
herself, but
yeah.
she went through a lot of those traumas. So she learned how to overcome them.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how she became really the perfect person to help you with your shadow work.
Yes. I remember when I was getting into opening my gifts, everything that I would tap into was trauma. And I didn't understand. And I thought that like there was something wrong with me. I was like, why are you doing this to me? And I remember my spirit guides telling me, like, no, like we're showing you like the shadow, the ego, the trauma. You're gonna hold space and guide and assist people through that so that they can see the light. And I was just like, okay. All right. But yeah, I do. I mean, everyone's journey is different. Just because I do things on my own and I can doesn't mean that you should. I do not recommend you opening your third eye just like that. I think it's you use your discernment, use your intuition. I've heard stories of like, just bad experiences of people opening their third eye, but I do believe that like things happen for a reason. I've had a lot of bad experiences, but I see that as where like I can handle it. And then, I go through it and then I look back and I learn from that,
Yes.
that's just how I see it.
I think it's all by design. I think for
Yeah.
you in your case, it was designed to be this way because
Yeah.
you kind of needed to be ready faster because I needed you.
Here for you, girl.
Well, if you are very in a slow pace, maybe so I need you. Oh, but you're not ready yet. I'm just kidding. Can be true.
No, yeah, no.
It really can be true.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, I was kind of holding back my spiritual gifts because I have a husband that doesn't believe in that. Actually, he's very against that. So I do the Course in Miracles for many years, since 2019. And the Course in Miracles, it will remove all the fear out of your life, no judgment. You raise your vibration, you remove the layers, and then the gift needs to come because they always been there. So they start showing. And I noticed that I was kind of sabotaging myself, not doing the lessons properly.
No, yeah. Those lessons are hard.
Yes, but I was doing purpose because I was afraid that suddenly I'll become psychic and my husband will run away.
Yeah, no, yeah.
And it did happen. I started channeling through automatic writing, and I hid from him for 2 years and a half. Until I was able to tell him, and I was ready for everything.
Yeah.
But he took better than I thought he would.
And that's good, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cynthia, how about the cards? I know you don't really need the cards because
yeah.
your spirit guide shows everything here in your third eye. Yeah. She feels, she has all the sense.
Yeah.
But she likes the cards. They are very beautiful. When did you learn the cards? After your awakening, or was before you already used to play with them?
In the beginning of my everything, well, it was like a year after. So I had my awakening when I had my I'm into astrology. So I had my awakening when I was 27. And in astrology, you have the planet of Saturn. And I was going through my Saturn return. I think literally the same time I had Sebastian. Saturn entered Aquarius at that time. But so it was a year, it was around the time Trey's grandpa died. It was 2021. I think it was September to November. I can't pinpoint, but it was around that time because we knew he was gonna die. We were prepping ourselves, whatever. So again, I am very impatient, and I had gotten you know the Gaia deck.
Yeah.
That one. I just went in and I had bought in a deck. and I wasn't really understanding. And then I was like, oh, it's not a traditional tarot deck. So then I got a traditional tarot deck, and I went on Pinterest, and I self-taught myself. Like I taught myself. I was struggling with money at the time. And I couldn't afford like purchasing stuff on Amazon, you know, like the tarot books. I couldn't afford a coach or a mentor. So I did everything by myself. I went on to Pinterest. Pinterest is a really great place to find shadow work questions and just like tarot stuff. And I created, like, I had a notebook and I wrote the meanings down. And I did everything like that. And then Spirit was like, well, Cynthia, look at the picture. Like, what does the picture on the card tell you? And I just went from there. And that's how I learned. When I was practicing tarot, I would practice on my family. And I used, Creason. It was difficult to read for Trey because he's my husband, you know?
Yes.
Don't read for family. But my sister-in-law in Virginia, she allowed me to. And with my family, we're not really like, I don't know everything about them. So like I would, read for my sister, and like she allowed me to practice. So I thank her for that. And then my niece allowed me to. And then Summer, her friend, one of her best friends allowed me to. So I had people to practice on. And I just went from there. And there was a lot of things that I did not know about my best friend Creason at the time. I like pulled a lot of trauma out of it. And he was like, how did you know that? I was like, I saw it. Oh. And he was like, but I don't need the card. I think I told you I don't need them. What you call like a lazy psychic. Like I like the like imagery, you know? I love it. And I have an addiction that I need to stop with my card.
Oh, maybe you need it when you feel like it.
Right?
Actually, and we didn't plan that, but I will ask you to do something.
Yeah.
I will ask you a question about myself. And you're gonna see what are the cards.
Don't put me on the spot like that, girl.
I know you can handle. You can handle. Okay. The question is, I just created a community with let's call a partner, a business partner. Yeah. This community is about translations. We find out that myself and many other people around the world were translating the same book at the same time.
That's divine connection, girl.
I know. We all were tapping the same energy at the same time. So we created this community to get to know each other and help each other. And can you pull the cards and let us know what we need to know about this community?
Hi, Eleonora. Let's see. Okay, so just to let you know, there's tarot and there's oracle. I'm using oracle. I think I want to rely more on my psychic because I have tarot, but it's in my bag over there and I don't want to get up. But I'm going to see what I could do. I feel like with questions like that, it's better to do tarot. There's a huge difference, but repeat the question about the community. Look, I use my cards so much.
Oh, I'm gonna fix it for you later. Very good on that. Sometimes my son, he'll just break things and mommy fix it.
And here she comes fixing it.
It's by accident, don't do it on purpose. Yeah. So the question is, I just created a community, Awakening Translations community. And I'd like to know what the universe wants to tell us about this community.
The community with you, or what it's gonna do to, like, what? Be more specific, please.
This community will join all the translators of these books. Is the books of Jesus and Ananda's teachings. And we are translating to Spanish, Portuguese, German, French, Italian, Greek, and Chinese.
That's amazing, by the way.
And there is another one too. So we are getting together and we are all like normal people. We never translate anything before.
Yeah.
And right now we already have 2 publishers that belong to some of us.
I like that.
And what the universe wants to tell us, not only us to on the community, but also the collective about this community, this movement. Oh,
I wanna pull.
We're gonna show the cards later on too.
Yeah, hold on. Okay. Let's do blank cards. Okay. All right. Where does Cynthia want to start? Because I know I pulled this one first. I want to go this way. Okay, so the first card that I pulled is Spirit of the North. Okay, this is associated with the element of earth. So just like with this card, let me see what I can like pick out. If there's any question on if like you're doing the right thing, like if you're on the right path doing this, is this the right decision? I'm getting check marks. It's absolute yes. Absolute yes. The only thing that I can say is what am I seeing? I'm seeing where I don't know anything about books, girl. I don't know anything about publishing, but triple check before things go out. Does that make sense? So what Spirit is showing me, you have like different languages and things can be interpreted in different ways. And just they're telling me this is the right thing, but just triple check. Does that make sense?
Oh, it does. I think the reason why we have been chose or we volunteer to do this work is those are books that has a really high vibration and it has the intention to really help people expand their awareness. So it's important that people that will translate those books will be people that deeply understand what the book is talking about. So there will be misinterpretation.
Yes, that's the only thing. Now, are you comfortable? Like, are you okay with me just like?
Yes, just go ahead.
All right. I feel like let me get back to the cards. I just want to note this. I don't know what your relationship with those people, but just really use your intuition and like you were so intuitive, you were psychic, girl. You feel energy. Just listen to your intuition because let me go to this card. The side of the owl. Here you go. The side of owl. This card, so like this card is just like, you know how like an owl can like turn its head 360? Just be what is the word?
Aware.
Be aware and caution. I don't want to sit here and say there's someone in the group that has bad intention, but just how can I say this nicely?
Maybe they're not really in alignment with
I feel specifically there's one person. I don't want to sit here and like pinpoint. I feel like you'll know. And also just I don't know, like at some point during this week, whatever, just like go over the energies with the people because there's like there's one person that is just be like keep your eyes. So the side of the owl is making a decision and making a difficult decision that's going to make you uncomfortable, right? So I don't see like any warning signs, but what Spirit is showing me, you know how in your car you have the check engine light?
Yes.
That's what they're showing me. Just
I see. Just check with the energy, what's resonate
and what doesn't. And I feel like, you know, because I read A Course in Miracles and I'm doing the forgiveness lessons and where it's just like, and I feel like you will do this, it's just like take that experience and whatever it is that happens and like not only forgive it, but just like, what can you learn from that? Right?
Yeah.
And then we have the ceremony card. And the ceremony card is just everything with like with intention, right? I don't know if you can like, I don't know what the group is. I'm seeing you guys like hopping on like a call, whether it's like on Zoom. Like I literally see you sitting down and there's like a computer and you have people and you're going over your actual like beliefs and your intentions. So that's where this comes from. Not doing something just to do it. Being able to have, I don't want to say like an emotional connection, but like the intention and having them align. And then we have the inner healer. And this, I think, is just what it's going to do for the collective. And I think that it's an amazing thing that you know more than one language. And I think it's amazing. I feel like this is going to be something big. You're going to be like changing the world because it's like not only just like in English, you know, my girl knows Portuguese, right? Like, you know, Spanish. And then you have other people with these other languages. And I just think, you know, hats off to you. It's amazing that you're doing this because, yeah, like you all in the collective and what you guys are doing are going to change people's lives.
Yes, and it's practically with me with three language. There is another that has more three language.
That's great.
Just myself with all those three languages and then connect with all the other languages. Right now, we are covering 8 languages. I think we are covering more than half of the world right now. And I think it's just speaking low.
No,
So, yeah, I'm sure you're already covering more than half of the world right now.
No, yeah, 100%. And I'm proud of you. I'm so proud of you. Just like I'm not gonna put your like business out there, but just like I know you personally, and you're so amazing, and I love you. And just being able to see, you know, just like with the conversations and like when we first met, I can talk to you about anything.
You are the only person that I can tell absolutely everything that's going on in my life. You are the only one.
Yeah, same. Like I could talk about like God, I could talk about Jesus, archangels, aliens. Yep. Conspiracy theory. And you know
even about unicorns.
No, yes, unicorns. You know what's so crazy? I don't know if I had told you this. I just want to say it.
I'm not sure exactly. Oh, it's back. Let me see.
Yeah, that's a little.
What's going on here? Let me just make sure that we are still alive. Okay, I guess we are.
I can check on my phone.
I guess we are alive. Yeah.
Let me turn it down because when we.
Let me check here. Maybe I have to get in again.
No, it's live. I see it.
Oh, but it's frozen.
Oh, is it frozen right now?
Yes. Let me just see. Okay, 1 meter reach capacity. And yeah, it's kind of frozen. No, now is on. Now it's on.
I'm standing hard.
We are good. We are good. I just wanted to make sure if we were good.
Yes, we're good. We're good. We're good.
So tell us about your programs, your services.
Okay, so I'm still trying to figure my services out, but I do offer like basic tarot oracle sessions. I'm a psychic. I have psychic sessions, mediumship, but I do have this program that I'm currently like working on, and it's called Journey to Self, Healing from the Root to the Crown. And it's not public yet, but how can I describe it? It is um it's like breaking generational curses. I feel like with chakras, I'm obsessed with chakras. I could talk about chakras all day.
Me too.
But I feel like with chakras, there's a lot of trauma. And I'm able to connect with the energy of your chakra and like show you and connect with like an ancestor. And I could just see the energy and translate that and, show you like where spirit's like, this is what you need to heal or whatever. So that's how like Journey to Self like came. And it's a 10-week program. So we have 7 chakras from the root to the crown. And then there's 3 extra like check-in sessions, like whether you just want to talk, whether it's like, I do like psychic, whatever it is. And yeah, and I am very grateful that you're allowing me to, go on because I feel like like I need to perfect it before I launch it,
Yeah.
right? And yeah, I'm learning a lot about you as you're allowing me to, do this for you,
Thank you. I'm the one who say thank you. And guess what? Generational trauma does exist and it's very, very real.
Yes.
And I just volunteer to be the one
Yes.
to start breaking some generational trauma from my family. So when we work in the root chakra, and then she got into something, a generational trauma that started 7 generations before.
Mm-hmm.
And the energy was very, very deep. I can tell you.
It was.
A lot of sadness and trauma, and
Mhm.
because I can automatic write, so
Yes.
I was able to connect with all the main characters involved on the trauma
Mhm.
and get the full picture and contact people from my family so they can start working on those traumas too.
Yeah.
Because even though I go and I work and I break the trauma for the family, each person is still have to do a little bit of their
Yes.
own work to release from them in this life.
Yes.
So that was really, really powerful.
I feel like, and I love the feedback you give me because you were like you were my ideal client, girl. Like you were like the perfect fit because I give workbooks. And when I tell you Eleonora had those workbooks and she like got it down, and it's like I feel like the lower 3 chakras are the most difficult to heal and difficult to deal with. And it's amazing to see. And we've talked a lot about what you learned from that. And then even just like I don't have all the answers, but just to be able to sit down and just we talk forever, okay? The sessions are like an hour, but we go for like 2-3 hours just talking. But yeah, it's a lot. And like I can see, and it's amazing how like you're able to like see that, and then like you connect the dots, and it's just like wow, like I did not know this. Like,
And the interesting thing is the story is different for everyone, but the patterns are all the same.
They're the same.
So that's why I gave it to her all the writings that I did so she can see the whole picture.
And it's emotional.
The scenario will gonna change, the characters will change for other people, but the story you're gonna see the patterns are gonna repeat a lot.
Mm-hmm. And I feel like you don't really know unless you wake up right? Unless you like realize, a lot of us are awakening. I feel like there's a huge shift happening in the world. And there's at least 1 to 2, whatever, I'm not going to put a number on it, but you're breaking generational curses in your family, and just like from the energies, and it's like very heavy, but like you transmute that energy and it's beautiful. I'm breaking generational curses, and then like, we have children, and without even knowing, you were already breaking generational curses.
Yes.
Same here. So it's like, look at that and celebrate.
I just want to tell one thing for you guys that really helped me a lot. The energy was so deep, and it's really bring me my energy down a lot.
Yeah.
That I have another friend that's very psychic, and somehow we are very connected energetically. And she felt, she was, Eleonora, what's going on? I touched an earring that you made for me, and it's broken. When I tap into your energy, it's very dense. What's going on? So I explained it to her.
That's when you were doing the root chakra
stuff. She told me, okay, so you need to shield yourself, and you need to get help to transmute that energy.
Because it's not yours.
And actually, the only thing I needed to do was bring in Archangel Michael.
Yeah.
So when she did that, I was doing some of the people that was a loss of trauma on them.
Yeah.
But after I talked to her, I did 2 waters that was even worse.
Yeah.
But when I was writing, and then I would feel that heaviness, and then I would close my eyes and just say, okay, Archangel Michael, that's, you take it from here. Help me transmute this one, because this one is heavy. So I would just stop it for a little while, breathe. If I had to cry, I would cry, and then I would continue.
Which is difficult.
But what happened is, even though I was doing those that was even worse, because I asked him to help transmute, and I didn't ask, I would try to be sneaky. I say, okay, can I, can I be just like an observer?
Just a little bit.
Just an observer, or do I have to feel it to transmute this? You have to feel it, but you don't have to hold it. Okay,
it's so difficult. I think it's so difficult because working with you, you're very sensitive, and I know it's a lot, but it's like, and I'm always going to tell you, like, I feel like it's important to feel it, and like you decide when you want to like push, just so that like it's part of your ancestors.
Yes, you need to acknowledge if you feel like crying, you cry. And sometimes you really need help. Archangel Michael is amazing because he knows exactly which point in the light, the shadows. And he knows how to remove the blockages, just like, and then it's gone. But if you choose to release the trauma, you're gonna have to do it. But you can do only when you are working on. You don't need to hold it for yourself, lingering for days. Like until another friend said, what's going on with you?
No, like I can, from experience, I've been through it. Before I did Journey to Self, I don't know if I told you, I kind of did it on me. And I connected with low vibrational, like, ancestor, and it was horrible. I don't know if I had told you, when I was in Virginia, I was having I don't know if I'm allowed to say like suicide. Like I had like
you already did. Just say one time.
No. There was a lot of thoughts of like ending it, and like I was telling Drake, this is not me. Like, what is going on? I was like tapping into my gifts, and I wasn't understanding. And I was like, this is not me. And then I had spoke to one of my friends. She was like, you have an unhealed ancestor attached to your root chakra. She was like, you need to go get some help. But you know, I don't like asking for help. I did it by myself. I was like that for a week and I was just down and something clicked. And I was like, you know what? And then I started like saying, you know, whoever this is, I feel it, I see it, I'm breaking this, it's not mine, you know, you're not allowed. And I just, you know, started talking or whatever, and then gone just like that. But I allowed that, I was vulnerable, I allowed her to be attached to my root.
I think that's something very important that we should be talking about.
Yeah.
I do Reiki on people, and
you clear the
I
energy.
was very, very surprised to know that most of the people, let's say a huge number of people that I was working on,
Yeah.
they had those thoughts in their mind.
Mm-hmm.
And people that some that I would never imagine that they would have.
And yeah.
And guess what? Those thoughts are not really yours.
They're not.
It can be from generations, from your ancestors, or it can be even from the collective.
Yeah.
And because you are in a low vibration, you're just picking up, it's not even yours.
Yeah.
But if you are having those types of thoughts, you can get help if you wanted to, or you need to try something.
Use your discernment.
And for example, look for a professional help.
Yes, therapy
is the best idea.
Mm-hmm.
But the worst case, at least ask Jesus, ask
your guides,
ask your guides, ask Archangel Michael, ask whoever being of love and light that you trust. They're gonna help you. The idea would be to really connect to a professional, because many people doesn't believe. Many people pray for Jesus, but they don't expect Jesus to answer.
No, yeah.
At least not showing person.
No, yeah. And there's multiple ways that, you know, like I like to say, like, and I do this too, where you ask and then like God will give you the answer, or like your spirit guides or whatever, where like you ask for help and you'll receive it. But I notice, especially with me, I do this where like I'll ask, but I don't get the answer that I want, you know, but it's just like you have to like be aware of where God is talking to you. You know, we could be having a conversation and you mention something and God's talking to me through you.
Yes.
You know, don't block your abundance, don't block like your blessings and stuff just because you have a very rigid way of seeing things. And you know, I feel like that's just like so important. You know, it may not come in a line of therapy. You know, I am not mentally okay. And just recently, I don't know if I told you, I started therapy and I asked God, I was like, I need help. I'm not okay. Even like, you know, healers need healing too. I'm not perfect. Yes. I'm not perfect. And I was praying to God, asking God, and then I'm on Facebook and I had seen something and the insurance that I have covered it. I asked and God showed me.
That's how it should work.
But you need to be, because talk therapy, like it's funny. I was very specific. I was like, God, like do something like spiritual. Like, I don't know. Like I'm very like woo woo. I'm very up here. I need to come down here. And I was very about it. And God was like, just Cynthia, just try it. And I'm like, but I don't want to talk about my feelings. But you know, it's going good. And then not only that, there was a sprinkle. There's other people that I'm collabing with that are, you know, giving me stuff. And I'm just like, have that relationship with the divine, you know? Have that relationship with God.
Let me just tell, when people hear about tarot, oracle, they automatically think, oh, I want to know my future.
Yeah.
Okay, that does happen. Sometimes your guides will tell you things that they only tell you things that will not cause you any harm.
Yes.
if it will take you the ability to have an experience that will help you in your spiritual evolution, you're not going to get that answer.
Yeah.
But it's incredible. I think we already had so many readings, and all the things that you have been telling me went true. With the exception of one that didn't get yet, but I know it's on the way.
Yeah.
So that also happened, but the work that Cynthia does is not just for, oh, I do for curiosity. No, it's very deep healing.
Yes.
And it's transformative. It's open yourself to remove all those shadows, those outdated beliefs, for you to really tap into your true self that's connected to happiness and abundance.
Yeah, because below, and that's like the reason why I'm doing Journey to Self too. I created this like not that long ago, and I read A Course in Miracles, and I'm like, I would love to just see what it is that I can do, because I don't like to force things onto people, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, just like my guides were like, well, you know, do this. And it's a way of, everyone needs to understand, we are all love. We are all God. It's just, there's trauma. And I am here to to guide you through your trauma and hold a safe space, because like I said, the root chakra, the lower three chakras are heavy.
Because
scary.
it's your connection to, it's your roots. It's because that's why it's called root chakra. The first three layers is connected to all that is physical.
Yes.
All that is physical in your life, and that's really the meaning of that existence. We are here to experience the physical.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we also need the spiritual, that's the upper chakras, and then the
I
heart
love the
chakra.
upper chakras. I love it.
The heart chakra is the connections, like the bridges. But
yes, it connects everything.
Yes, but it doesn't matter if your crown chakra is open, your eye chakra or third eye is open, and then your root chakra is damaged. Trust me, if you hit your finger, your finger, that's the only thing you can think about.
No,
So you need to clear up the physical ones before
chakra
to really
chakra work is so important. And even like if you book a session with you, I feel like people really need to understand, like, energy is real. You know, we both do chakra work. I'm to the point where it's like, you know, we look into it, but you have everyone's energy center. Just because it's open doesn't mean that it's balanced. You know, if you have Eleonora tap and clear your, I'm just making something up, clear your throat chakra, and there was trauma there, and like she's clearing it so you can open and you can like feel, but like you're not necessarily ready, what happens? You get a, whether it's like strep throat, something happens here, you know? And you know, I can see where someone's like, oh my gosh, like she did something. And it's like, yeah, she did, so fix it. You know?
Actually, it started this way. She's talking about Reiki.
Yes.
And one thing that I always do in my sessions, okay, I ask the higher self of the person to use the energy in a way that the person is ready for. And what happened is, the person is ready for it, but she needs to know that there will be some work that she needs to do.
Yeah.
There will be some things that she needs to be willing to let it go.
Yeah.
And it's not that the Reiki, I'm making the person have a sore throat.
No.
But because I'm cleaning the energy, that the blockage needs to come out.
It's ready.
It needs to come out. So it will come out. If it's already in the physical, it needs to have a physical manifestation to manifest and really leave your body. So that's happened a lot.
No, yeah. When I was in Virginia, remember, you've done work on me. And now that I'm looking back, I think you were clearing, I think it was my root in my sacral we were working with. And I have like a mother wound. There was like a lot going on in my life. And I'm just realizing it brought up anxiety. And ever since then, I have like it was really bad in Virginia. It's not really here. Like I'm learning how to deal with it, but it's like there's anxiety that I suppressed, and now it's like you cleared the way, and it's like there's I used to suppress my emotions a lot, and now like the anxiety comes up, and I'm just like, oh my God, what do I do?
You need
And
more
no,
sessions with me to
no,
help
yeah,
you
and that's
to.
that's what Reiki does, and just I feel like chakra work, you don't take lightly. You're gonna go into it, and she's gonna show you, I'm gonna show you with, whatever, where you need clearing, healing.
Yes, but what people need to understand is it's not that we are gonna open you up to some things and just let you deal by yourself.
No, 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 no.
Because we can help you all the way until you really release completely. For example, the journey to self that she's doing.
Mhm.
We did the root chakra. We spent more than 1 week in the root chakra because I was heavy. So I wasn't ready to go to the next one. So
Yeah.
she kept helping me with the root chakra because
It was a
you know
lot.
what, we wasn't done. We're not done. So that's how we do. And with my my
Mhm.
Reiki, I have a program that I call Awakening Chakras. And I do the same. If you need to stay with the same chakra for more than 1 week,
You
you
stay.
need to stay because you need to wait until it's really clean completely.
Mhm.
Doesn't make sense. You go and try to you are working the sacral and then you try to get rid of the traumas that is in the solar plexus. If you
It's
are
not
still
gonna
working
work.
on the
It's not
sacral,
gonna work.
so just do one thing at a time.
Mhm. Yeah.
And it's like it's not a magic. It doesn't take your responsibility. You need to be willing to do your job. You need to be willing to really get better.
Yeah.
I did started this program with a person, and that person was doing great with the root chakra,
That's
the
awesome.
sacral chakra. I said, wow, I feel more energetic, I feel happier, and the pains that I was feeling went away.
Yeah.
And then it was a time for us to work on the solar plexus.
Woo.
And then that person started to throw up and didn't
You're
know what was
purging.
going on.
Yeah.
The person was already purging even before we started working.
Mhm.
But she decided that thing is too serious. I don't want to go there. She stopped it.
Yeah.
And I had just to agree because
You can't
everybody
force
has free
anyone.
will, and she didn't want it to work and really solve the problem. And then that's her. You always have your free will
Yeah.
and decide for yourself.
Yeah.
But
Mhm.
Cynthia, how about going a little bit more woo-hoo?
Woo!
The mediumship sessions. Would you like to talk about that?
Yeah.
Do you have an example that wow,
I have a lot.
thing is,
I have a lot.
can you choose one that not scare the people too much?
Well, I mean, let me see. Hold on. Let me see. I hopefully this isn't well.
That's okay if it's scared a little bit.
Because I don't know what you want to call me, but I work with trauma. That's my niche. That's what I do. Um, let me see. I've had a lot of times where before a session, spirit come like not spirit, but the person that passed comes to me in my dream to deliver a message before I do the session. But one in particular that scarred me, but like I learned a lot from it. I was doing like free mediumship sessions, and I came across this girl and her boyfriend ended his life. And it was very, like, it taught me a lot about boundaries with spirit. So when I first was getting into it, you know, yeah, I feel like you should practice and stuff. And there was like a lot of emotions, and the woman was very have you ever had it to like where you're doing something with someone and they come to you, but like they put like a block.
Yes.
That's how she was. And it was very like difficult. And I was like, whatever I say, you're not gonna believe. So I was trying to like figure it out, and the conversation was just dead. And out of nowhere, my whole leg went numb. I was sitting down and my whole leg went numb. And then my spirit was like, because it started off as a psychic reading and then it went to mediumship. And she was talking to her boyfriend, whatever. And then I was like, oh my gosh. And I was pulling cards for her. And then my guides were like, stop the cards, stand up. And I was like, okay. And I was talking to her and I was like, okay, girl, just like hold on. And I stood up and I fell to the ground. And then spirit was like, talk to her, tell her what's happening. And I was like, okay. And I was telling her, and out of nowhere, she started crying. And she goes, my boyfriend, how do I put this? Went in front of a vehicle. Like, yeah. So then he was showing me how he passed. I couldn't feel my leg. It was trauma for me. But then I learned, I was like, okay. And then from there, like he was using my senses to
communicate to her.
To communicate with her, because he was telling me she's not going to believe anything you say if I'm doing it in here. And he was like, you know, like, I'm showing you. And then with that, like the conversation shifted and she was extremely emotional and stuff like that. And my psychic abilities were very heightened and I didn't know how to control it. So then after that, I had gotten with a friend and she was teaching me, okay, well, like you can set a boundary. And I've learned to like, I don't like to use my clairsentient because it's very strong. I still haven't figured out how to tame it. I don't really like doing mediumship readings, but I do them. But yeah, I can feel how people pass. I can feel it. And it's not fun. It's not fun at all. I felt like and a lot of experiences that I've had, like spirit will bring me back, and like I can see like I've had it to where like before someone passed there was anxiety. I've had anxiety attacks. And then I start, and I'm like, okay, stop. I know what it is. You know, so I mean, like I said, it's like I learn by myself, you know.
And it's amazing that you are really able to put boundaries.
Yes. I've told spirit a lot where I'm like, personally, I don't want to, but just recently I've had a lot of feelings, and I, you know, with my my dreams, and spirits like, Cynthia, you're gonna be doing mediumship again. And I'm like, man. But yeah, I feel everything. I feel everything. And then when I do Journey to Self, I've noticed with the root to connect with an ancestor, I need to do that's what I did with you, but I had a boundary. I need to feel it through. And I'm just like, okay, this is the message.
We are almost in 1 hour mark. So to almost end, can you pull another card for the collective and just what the universe wants to tell the collective?
Okay. And anyone that's watching, to anyone that, well, even then, do you is this going to be available after?
Yes.
All right. Cool. Okay. What do we need to show the collective? Hold on. Connect with my heart center. Collective message. Where is this going? Okay, I'm just gonna pull 2 cards. All right, so very simple. We have Spirit of the South. Here it is. Here it is. And it's associated with the element of fire. And this is like, I feel like there's going to be more people that so they're bringing me towards the crown chakra, and I'm feeling pressure here and here. And they're like, there's a lot of people that are going to be going through their awakenings. It makes me wonder. I'm just speaking. They're showing me there's waves in the collective where like there's certain people that are awakened in like 2019, you know, before COVID. And then there's people like me that were awakened like 2020. There's a wave of people, and to anyone that this reaches or whatever, it's like a spiritual awakening. Things are going to be happening, you're going to be questioning, and it's like, try to develop that relationship you have with the divine. And they're showing me like you could do it with an ancestor. Like, I like to connect with my grandma because her energy is not nasty. I had a relationship with her, you know, whatever. But a lot of people, there's going to be a new wave of awakening, and it's like that's nice. And then we have Transform with the Raven, which is with this card, it's like thinking outside of the box, and it's okay to think outside of the box. I'm seeing a lot of question marks. We have a lot of question, and I don't want to trigger anyone, or like I don't like talking about religion, but they're showing me a rosary and it breaking. And a lot of the things that the church has taught, probably it does not align with you. And just, you know, it's just like a journey, and you go with where you feel called to. Intuition's a very difficult thing to explain because it's how like you feel inside. I can't tell you what your intuition's telling you, you know? So just, you know, like ask God and ask Jesus, whoever it is that you believe in, and be led to wherever, you know? If it's a psychic, if it's Reiki, you know, if it's mediumship, whatever it is, cards,
Course in Miracles.
A Course in Miracles, whatever it is, you know. And I feel like the question marks that I'm seeing are slowly going away. So it's like definitely confirmation of like an awakening, and you will be on this journey of like journey to self.
Yes.
That's
I love it. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Cynthia, we have one guest with us. Let me see if she's still here. Actually, we have 3 talent. Would you like to answer one question
Sure.
for the collective, for the person? Okay, there is 3 people on right now. If you have a question for Cynthia, whoever types the question first, Cynthia will answer your question. How about that? I will give you a minute or so to do that. Meanwhile, I just like to. Oh, now I forgot what I would say. Oh my God. I really blank out now.
No, it's okay. I blink out all the time.
Okay, so what would you like to tell to whoever is watching until we wait for the question, if anyone has a question?
What do I have to say? I spoke about this with a friend earlier. Have an open mind. Please have an open mind. Don't push your beliefs on another person, and just like be open and be kind. Just because I believe in the universe, and I believe in a higher power, and I believe in ETs, doesn't mean that you should judge me for that. You know, we should be able to be adults and where like I have my beliefs and you have your beliefs, but like we can still have a conversation, right?
Yes. And I remember what I want to tell is the religions many people that are very religious, that's really try to go through all the dogmas, they're going to realize that those dogmas doesn't really serve them and it's not in their best interest, and they will get this illusion.
Yeah.
But what I want to tell you is your relationship with Jesus, with God, with Allah,
whoever it is,
religion you are, does not depend on the dogmas, does not depend on the church, and does not depend on the authority figure that is in front of the church. If you get disillusioned with them, or even with your sacred documents, the relationship you have to this entity that you may call Jesus, God, Source, Allah, whoever it is, it's yours to keep.
Yeah.
That is real, and it's yours to keep. And needs to be unshaken by anything that is external. That's what I'd like to say. And I think we give about 2 minutes. Looks like the people that is on doesn't want to
engage.
doesn't have any question,
okay.
and that's okay.
It's okay.
So, Cynthia, that was an amazing conversation. I had so much fun today. I didn't wrote about anything. I didn't wrote any questions. Things just the flow.
I think
it was amazing.
I think it's a sign. I was talking to my friend today, and I was saying how I need to bring more structure in like my business and stuff. And I think this is a sign that it's okay to do things intuitive, and I don't need to have like a backup plan. You know, because like I've been thinking about before I perfect and I launch my journey to self, I'm like, I should have like a PowerPoint, but like I think spirit's like you don't need to. This is my sign.
Yes. Thank you so much. I love you. And if you'd like to connect to Cynthia, the ways to connect to her is in the description of this live.
Yes.
And I'm sure there is another person here. Would you like, let me see, Tony, I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce your name. But if you have a question for Cynthia, we'll give you 1 minute to write the question. If you don't write, we'll just understand you don't.
No, yeah, not here
have
to
a question, and that's okay. Oh, that was amazing.
I know, I love it. And then I'm gonna have to have you on my podcast, girl. Yeah. gonna have to do some put your abilities to the test, because you do group Reiki. Yeah,
Yes.
that'd be great.
Yeah, you can return the favor. I can do like a short Reiki session.
And it'd be great like to do a live, because like I'm not used to doing things like live, you know, which is great.
Yes, I think that's the best way to interact.
Live.
So thank you everyone that connected to us, and also to everyone that will see that later. If you are not subscribed, I would really appreciate if you do so. I'm very close to 1,000 subscribers.
Woo!
So, and I'm holding a special gift for the 1,000, the subscriber number 1,000. But don't just wait to be the number 1,000. Just do it right now.
No, yes, whoever's on here, subscribe.
And Cynthia, we got a question the last minute. Let's see. What is your favorite thing you love about what you do? Oh, but I think this question is for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is my favorite thing that I like about what I do? Yeah. My favorite thing is the lives that I impact, and just being able to see people like feel the negative and see their shadow, but not allow that to overcome them. You know,
That's very
a lot of us tend to think that just because we have negative emotions, like we shouldn't feel them. But I feel like it's okay to feel it for like 5 minutes, and then
Yeah.
as Archangel might go to sleep.
Exactly.
That is like my favorite thing, is just being able to see the lives that I impact, the ahas, this is, you know, especially with the root chakra, this is a generational trauma that I'm breaking. And if I wasn't suppressing, I would be crying. That's the answer to that. Thank you for asking
Thank you
that.
for the question. We really appreciate it.
Yes.
I think now we can end because you can
No,
go
yeah.
forever.
I know. Don't put us like, just wait, because the podcast that we do, if we do it early enough, I can talk from 10 to 2 o'clock before I have to pick up the kid.
Well, and we did one before and it was 90 minutes.
I'm sure we can talk more.
I'm sure we can.
Okay,
but
thank you for having me on here. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. I love you.
You.
Oh, thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you everyone
For
for
joining.
tuning. I really appreciate you.
Adios. Hold on. What does that say?